And what about in the space of VTOL, vertical takeoff and landing? Obviously autonomy it's a great use case for autonomous up there. You take off is pretty simple. You find your altitude, you head to your destination, and you land on the spot as well. What sort of innovations are we seeing in vertical takeoff and landing?
Yeah, well, there's so companies like Lilium are doing some great work there, and there are some cities that are looking at VTOL, which is vertical takeoff and landing hubs. So it would make sense in places like Mexico City, or if you want to go from San Fran to LA quickly, you can get to a price point where it's comparable to a fast train, or certainly jumping on a jet. So I think these things will start to pick up. Well, I think we're talking about 10 years away until we see any traction, and that'll be between major hubs. So if you're looking at places like Australia, you may see VTOL between Melbourne and Sydney, maybe, but it makes the most sense if you look at Boston, New York, Chicago, LA, San Fran, in England, connecting large parts of Europe. So yeah, I think VTOL's got a big part to play, but I think certainly the nearest term opportunity is in electric vehicles and then autonomous vehicles.
What about that sort of short to mid distance? So for example, Melbourne Airport to Melbourne City. Remember there was a fair bit of hype with Uber Elevate, which is probably 3 years ago now. They were talking about setting up their skyports there. How about using them as an alternative to catching a cab?
Well, I think in that example, we need to get the basics right. So we need to also look at fast trains and hyperloops and all this sort of stuff, right? And I don't necessarily think VTOL is a solution for everything, but why not look at having a hyperloop going from Melbourne Airport into the city? Like there isn't a train connecting the airport to the city yet, which I think must make Melbourne the probably last on the list for a city of more than 1 million people without a hub connecting the airport to the CBD. But maybe that presents an opportunity to invest in more innovative solutions. And you see this in a lot of developing and third world countries where they may not be connected to the power grid, but they're the first people to be trialing microgrid solutions. They may not have bank accounts, but they're the first people signing up to digital banks. And so maybe the opportunity Australia has in being a laggard in a lot of spaces, that gives us the opportunity to trial these new innovative technologies.
Our weakness could be our strength. Thanks, Charlie.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. As always, if you'd like to get more clips, follow on LinkedIn or subscribe on YouTube. See you next time.